Hello F1 fans and welcome back to another F1 video. As you know, I love my F1 and I love my tarot, and this is what I like to do, throw the two worlds together and see what happens when they collide. For this reading, I'm going to be using the Adventure Tarot by Elizabeth Sue and by Jenny Chang. This reading is for the Singapore Grand Prix because it's race week. Yes, it is. I'm so excited. 2 weeks off is too long. I'm sure you all heard about the sad news about Roscoe Hamilton, Lewis Hamilton's dog. If you are a dog lover or have had a dog, which I am both, it can't but move you. So I hope he is okay this weekend. I hope he manages to get through it okay. So my thoughts are with Lewis Hamilton and all of the people who knew and loved Roscoe. So for this reading, we are going to do one card for quali, one card for the race, and one card for if everyone is going to be okay, because Singapore is hot, it's humid, and there have been difficulties in previous years with the weather there. I think it was last year Esteban Ocon vomited in his car because he was so hot. I think he was on the verge of heat stroke. And Lance Stroll had to be helped out of his car because he couldn't climb out. So this year they introduced new rules around that for Singapore. So they have cooling vests that they can wear this year. And if a driver decides not to use one, they're going to add ballast to the car to make it a little bit heavier to compensate, to make it fair. So with all that said, I wanted to see if everyone's going to be okay with the weather that we get in Singapore. So we're going to get started with the first card, which is for qualifying. And we have justice, which is quite funny considering I was just talking about fairness. And justice is all about just that, fairness, making sure things are fair. I think there's going to be a lot about rules and regulations for qualifying. There's going to be a lot of sweating. Here she is straddling two boats. There's going to be a lot of trying to stick to the rules while also trying to keep everyone safe, keep everyone healthy and well. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of focus on making things fair and a lot of focus on rules and justice for qualifying. Is there anything else? I think there might be something that goes to the I want to say wardens, but they're not wardens, the stewards. And they might have to make a decision on something to see if something is fair. Maybe someone has an off-regulation car or something like that, and it has to go to the stewards to see if it's fair and if they're let in or not or what. So that is, I feel, what's coming up for qualifying. For the race, we have the acrobat, and the acrobat is the Hanged Man. It's actually the next card after justice, which is funny considering the race comes after qualifying. The acrobat, the Hanged Man. This card is all about looking at things from a different perspective. It's also about having to be patient and to wait. Having to hang out and wait until things mature or having things come to you. But even though the acrobat is hanging upside down, you'll always find that there's a lot going on in the hanged man or hanged woman's head. So even though they look like they're not working hard and they're just hanging out upside down on a tree, the head is going, the mind is going, they're always thinking. because they're looking at things from a different perspective. So what does that mean for the race? I feel like there might be delays. I don't know, I haven't looked to see what the weather is going to be like in Singapore. I know it's going to be hot. I don't know if there's going to be rain, but I feel like there's going to have to be some waiting going on for the race to start, or if there's an accident, God forbid, or something happens, that there's a lot of waiting around going on. And of course, Singapore is like, I think it's interesting that we have like this palm tree and she's in her bikini because it's such a hot and sweaty, you know, humid place. So it's very appropriate for the Singapore Grand Prix. I'll come back to it in a sec if anything else comes to me there. And then for will everyone be okay in the race? We have Ace of Wands. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Look at that fire there on her fingernail. It's gonna be warm, guys. It's gonna be so, so hot. Hot and humid. And everyone is gonna have to be dealing with this. It's gonna feel like, and we're gonna hear people describing it as like being in a desert. They're so hot. So I think Ace is a yes card. Ace of Wands, definite yes card. So everyone's going to be okay, but everyone is going to be feeling it and everybody is going to be handling it, which is cool. So coming back to this card. Okay, this might sound funny, but like the fact that she's in a bikini and she's kind of half naked makes me feel like there's going to be a lot of stripping down. You're going to see people having ice baths. We're going to be seeing a lot of people twisting themselves into pretzels to cool down and make the race doable and livable. But that's all I get from that card. So I think it's going to be not getting any like major, you know, excitement vibes from these. It's going to be about management. Like I said, the last race was going to be about tower management. I feel like this race is going to be about people management and health management and making sure everybody just gets through. Okay. Right, so after that, I want to ask some specific questions because I've learned that tarot is not good for F1 readings with generalities. So we're going to do my usual, will Lando win, will Oscar win, or will Max win? So we're going to draw 3 cards. And last time, if you saw my last reading, you'll see that I got King of Cups for Max and I got 8 of Wands for Lando. And my instinct was to say King of Cups, that means Max is going to win. But my love of Lando kind of tainted my view a little. So I said it was going to be between the two of them, but really I knew in my heart of hearts King of Cups meant Max was going to win. So this is where tarot readers can be very, you have to try and get outside of yourself. So, card for Lando. Will Lando win the Singapore Grand Prix? Will Oscar win the Singapore Grand Prix? I did get 4 of Cups for Oscar last time, so I knew Oscar wasn't going to be happy. And that played out. Will Oscar win Singapore? Okay, and will Max win the Singapore Grand Prix? And then I'm also going to ask, will it be someone else? Will someone else win the Singapore Grand Prix? Okay, let's go. Will Lando win? Five of Wands. Eek. That's not a yes card. No. Five of Wands is going to be a battle. He's going to be having to fight for it. It's going to be a struggle. This is the struggle card. This is the mock battle kind of card. I don't think Lando's going to win. Damn it. On Sunday. Okay, so then we have, will Oscar win? The Moon. Ooh. I wouldn't say that's a yes card either. There might be stuff going on with Oscar either personally or under the hood of his car. But I'm gonna say no for Oscar. So Max. Ooh, Seven of Swords. This is also not a yes card. Seven of Swords. This is a like thief in the night. And like I'm drawn to the smoke. Might he have a crash? Might something happen? Some sabotage maybe? Because this can be the sabotage card. There might be accusations of sabotage. But this is a no card for Max as well. So let's see. Someone else gonna win? Eight of Pentacles. I think someone else is gonna win the Grand Prix on Sunday. Okay, look, so I usually look to the colours in the card to kind of give me a clue as to who might be, the card might be talking about. And these colours to me are very Mercedes colours. That kind of green, that kind of silver. Could it be a George Russell win? Could it be? Surely not Kimi Antonelli. The Eight of Pentacles is like an apprenticeship kind of card. It's like learning your skills, learning from the master. So that's why I veer towards, you know, one of the rookies, someone who's a bit younger, a Hajar maybe, or even a Sonoda. Well, he's not really a rookie, but like Hajar, Antonelli, those kind of folks. But yeah, I think it's going to be someone else, folks. Exciting, exciting. So, what's next? I'm going to do a check-in for, we're kind of halfway through the season, more than halfway. And I want to do a check-in for the Drivers' World Championship. So, I'm going to do will Lando win the Drivers' World Championship? Will Oscar win? Will Max win? Which is like less likely, but you know, still mathematically possible. And how will the rest of the season go? So, will Lando win the Drivers' World Championship? Let's see, will Lando win? If you can hear my kids downstairs, apologies. They're having fun, so it's nice. Will Oscar win the Drivers' World Championship 2025? Will Max win? He's certainly on a winning streak lately. Okay, let's see. Will Lando win the Drivers' World Championship? I mean, by the swords cards, as the swords cards go, this is a positive one. It's moving from really choppy waters to much calmer waters. I think this is talking about Lando's mentality. He has come a long way, and he has said his goal is to be happy. And if he doesn't win the Drivers' World Championship, so long as he's happy, that's his main focus, which I love. And to me, this card speaks to that. That he may be happy, he may have turned a corner mentally, but I don't necessarily think that he at this stage will win the Drivers' World Championship. He's certainly making a good go of it. He's going for it, but the road ahead is going to be a bit choppy for him. Devastation is real. Okay. Will Oscar win the Drivers' World Championship? Backpacker of Pentacles. I think the backpacker is the Knight, if I'm not mistaken. Knight of Pentacles. I mean, that's a yes card. It's one of the slower knights. So if he does win, it's going to take him time. It's going to take him time. It's going to take him effort. It's a slow and steady slog that's going to win it for Oscar if he does win. So this is a yes card, but it's a patience and slow and steady wins the race card. Will Max win the Drivers' World Championship? Explorer of Pentacles. This is the Queen of Pentacles card. I mean, that would usually be a yes card, but I mean, it's possible, I think, is what this card is saying, but I'm getting more like this looks like his partner, Kelly PK. I kind of think his focus is elsewhere. I think maybe he's not going to stop trying, but this is a very laid back relaxation, chilling out vibe kind of card. And it looks like Kelly. I wonder if he's kind of checked out a little bit and kind of is thinking, yeah, I'll try, but I'm not going to kill myself. I'm just going to relax. I'm going to take it easy and I'm going to mind my family. Interesting. I do think it's interesting that both Oscar and Max got the Pentacles cards, the solid down, earthly, materialistic money, grounded, slugging away kind of cards, whereas Lando got the mental energy kind of cards, the conflict. And I think it's interesting as well that these two people are pointing in different directions. So it could be between Max and Oscar going towards the end of the season. I kind of want to get some clarification on this card especially. So what's going on with Max? Is Max going to win the Drivers' World Championship, or what's going to happen with Max? What's this card all about? So funny, another female card, the High Priestess. Yeah, there's stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Could be his mother. Also looks like his mother. This definitely looks like his mother. I wonder, is there stuff going on with family that we don't know about, that he might have his mind elsewhere? because the High Priestess is about intuition. It's about kind of stuff going on behind the scenes that we're not privy to. Yeah, I think Max is kind of checked out. And I think he's going to keep showing up. He's going to keep trying to do his best. But I think he's focused on family right now. Okay, and the last reading I'm going to do is how will the rest of the season go? And I do have one or two more questions. I'll see if I want to do them right at the end. So I'm going to just do one card. How will the rest of the Formula One season go? Strength. Ooh, oh my God. Does that or does that not look like Lance Stroll? That 100% looks like Lance Stroll if Lance Stroll was a woman. Strength. I love that for Formula One. The colours make me think Ferrari. Maybe Ferrari are going to have a resurgence towards the end of the season. It's also very like Latin vibes. Loving the red. Yeah, I'm thinking Ferrari. Look at all that red. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of drivers who are showing their true colours and who do well towards the end of the season. And they're going to be showing that they deserve to be in Formula One, that they deserve a seat next year. There's going to be lots of amazing driving towards the end of the year. Excellent. And I want to ask about Ferrari. I want to ask if Charles Leclerc is going to stay with Ferrari going forward. And I want to ask if Lewis Hamilton is going to retire from Ferrari. And as I ask that question, this pops out. Three of Swords. Eek. Okay, so first I'm going to ask about Charles Leclerc. Is Charles Leclerc going to leave Ferrari? Is Charles Leclerc going to leave Ferrari? He certainly wants to. He's not happy. He is not a happy camper. He feels left out of all the decisions. He feels left out of all the money side of things, all of the technical side of things. They don't listen to him. He feels left out in the cold, and he is not a happy bunny. So I think he could. What's the next card? Okay, Eight of Pentacles. I think he knows that if he stays, he'll always be climbing a hill. He'll always be treated as like the little boy apprentice who doesn't know anything and they don't listen to. And I think he knows that if he stays, he's just going to stay stuck where he is, that he's not going to get anywhere. So I think he is currently making decisions. He's not happy. I don't see from these cards that he is going anywhere, but he knows that this is what's going to happen if he does stay. Poor Charles. I feel for him. I like him. He's a good driver. He's a good guy, but they should have stuck with Carlos, in my opinion. Okay, and the last question is about Lewis Hamilton. Will Lewis Hamilton retire from Ferrari and Formula One? Is Lewis Hamilton going to retire? I feel it coming, I really do. Especially now after Roscoe. Is Lewis Hamilton going to retire? Eight of Wands. It's a yes card. I feel like this card is saying, well, my immediate thought was, no, he's going to stay. He's going to tough it out. But no, I think this card means he wants to go surfing. He wants to leave. Eight of Wands is all about speed, travel, going somewhere, things happening quickly. And I feel like he wants to check out and just go and enjoy life. I feel like the red is very significant here. I think he is. I think he's going to retire from Ferrari. There we have the red again. Strength, another 8. Two of Wands. Again, it's like the same girl. Choice to make, starting to make plans. Yeah, I think he's thinking about going. I think this with Roscoe, I think he's gonna look, she's there like on the starting block, ready to run. I think he's just about ready to make that decision. But I think the answer is yes. I think he is going to retire. Okay, so folks, it's a long reading. F1 readings always are. I hope you enjoy the Singapore Grand Prix this weekend. I'll be back for more readings, more weekly readings, more monthly readings, and if there's any other readings you think you want me to do, let me know in the comments and I'll try and sort them out for you. So enjoy the Singapore Grand Prix, enjoy the Formula One, and I will be back again soon for some more Formula One readings, questions, rumours, you name it. We'll look at all the silly season business going on in Formula One. So I'll be back again soon. Take care, enjoy the race, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye for now.